Hello, in this presentation I would like to explain you what might be the value of deploying Red Hat OpenShift container platform in your organization. So I assume that most of you has already started your containerization journey, so some of you are at very early stage with just some proof of concept or some experiments. Some other already use containers as part of your application delivery pipelines, and there are also some quite a few of you who already implemented high level of automation for your application lifecycle management based on the containerization. So the OpenShift journey started with containers and containerization. So the containers technology is basically the way how you can effectively package your application and all the dependencies and run them easily on top of Linux operating system. So the concept of containers can give benefits to different roles or personas in your organization. Starting from developers who might use containers to simplify the way how they package, test, and release the applications, and also containers can be a foundation for cloud native application development. From the operational point of view, containers can improve and automate time you need to deploy your applications. It can also benefit from containers in case you are interested in multi-cloud deployments, where you can benefit from containers portability. And if we look on the organizational level benefits, with containers you can enable a new way of delivering your applications based on the DevOps paradigm or culture. You can enable the hybrid cloud to your organization. You can also reduce the cost of virtual machines that are needed to run your applications, and you can implement a faster time to market with the technology. So probably you know it that containers are not equal to virtual machines. So the concept of virtual machine is more about virtualizing the underlying hardware, when the concept of containers is about virtualizing the application. Applications which are containerized will be deployed on top of Linux operating system, because containers in general is Linux technology. So it is extremely important to have a solid foundation for your containers, and we as a Red Hat, with our Red Hat Enterprise Linux, can provide you the best of breed Linux operating system with the highest level of security, performance, and ease of use. So containers running which are built on RHEL and which run on RHEL gives you the highest level of portability. So basically you can imagine that you will create the containers in your development environment somewhere in your data center, on developer laptops, or maybe somewhere in the public cloud on your dynamic development environments, and then you should be able to run the same container without any need to reconfigure or adjust the configuration of your containers anywhere where where you are certified to install Red Hat Enterprise Linux. We as a Red Hat, as a provider of Enterprise Linux, we understand how important it is to have not only solid operating system but also solid base image to run your containerized applications. And this is the reason why we have recently introduced a Red Hat Universal Base Image, which is a base image that is based on the Red Hat Enterprise Linux versions 6, 7 and 8, which is completely free for you. You can use it anywhere. You can run it either within OpenShift container platform environment or anywhere outside of OpenShift. So the containers are basically are running on Linux, so this is the operating system level technology. But if you want to run your containers at a scale, you will need an orchestrator which will be able to manage your containerized applications portfolio at scale in the large enterprise environment. And there was a number of technologies that has been built to solve that challenge of running containerized applications at scale. But we can say that currently the Kubernetes is the leading solution in this area, the leading container orchestration platform. And other technologies, they are still available, but their impact on the market is getting lower and lower. So if we talk about Kubernetes, it is very important to understand that Kubernetes is only the orchestrator of the container. So this is a software that runs on top of Linux operating system that provides you the container orchestration functionality. However, in order to run Kubernetes-based platform in enterprise environment, you will need a number of tools that will help you to manage your applications portfolio as well as the underlying infrastructure. So if you look on the infrastructure, what you will need is of course a Linux operating system. You will need a networking for your containers in order to allow the communication between them. You might need some storage to store the persistent data for your containers. On the other hand, from the operational point of view, you will need the tools for monitoring, for log aggregation, for your containerized applications. You will also need the tools for developers for implementing the application lifecycle, so tools like CI/CD, development environment, tools for building containers, for tracing your running applications. Of course, you will need also some tools to install and to upgrade the platform. You will also probably want to leverage some frameworks or some middleware that will be a foundation for your applications. So you will need also containerized versions of those products. And last but not least, probably also a security will be a concern, and the security is really not the product, is a process. So the security that you will have, the security procedures and the tools you have in place, they need to cover all the layers of your container platform. And here you have basically two options. So you can either build your own kind of Snowflake Kubernetes-based container platform, which will be really extremely complex a task, because first of all you might do selections of hundreds of different solutions that can provide you some of the functionalities you have seen on the previous slide. And then of course you will be responsible for, not only building but also maintaining over the time the platform, what is really extremely complex task, if you recall the previous slide, and how many tools you will need to integrate to make really the Kubernetes-based container platform up and running. And the other option for you is really to use a solution like OpenShift Container Platform, where all those components has been already put together, integrated and secured by Red Hat. So in essence, what is OpenShift? So OpenShift consists of 4 layers. So the foundation is the operating system, which is Red Hat Enterprise Linux, or the lightweight version of Red Hat Enterprise Linux called Red Hat Enterprise Linux CoreOS. Then we have a Kubernetes as the orchestrator, which runs on top of Enterprise Linux. We also provide software-defined networking solution based on the Open vSwitch. We also provide container storage, which you can run as part of your container platform, which is based on Glasser or Ceph software-defined storage. Then on top of Kubernetes, we run a set of application lifecycle management tools. So here we have both tools for operators, like monitoring based on Prometheus and Grafana, log aggregation based on Elasticsearch, Kibana and Fluentd, CI/CD tools based on Jenkins, and recently we introduced Tekton as a CI/CD tools, and many other tools that developers might want to use as part of the CI/CD processes. And then there is the last part, which is extremely important. So the container. So you will. So as I mentioned before, security of your container platform is extremely important. It's as important as security of your operating system, because in containers you will run some processes which will use the libraries that will be deployed in your images. So just like you want to have the most secure, the latest versions of some libraries running in the operating system, the same way you want to have them up to date in the containers. So this is why we also provide in OpenShift the library of container images, which has the same life cycle as operating system. So when we release a patch, some functional fix or security fix to operating system, same time we upgrade the base images that we provide, so that you can have at the same time the latest versions of both operating system and the containers. And as part of OpenShift, we provide a lot of runtimes for different programming languages. We provide some databases, some web server, and also you can run all the JBoss middleware portfolio that we provide at Red Hat, which is already containerized and ready to run in OpenShift. In addition, we have a huge ecosystem of ISV partners who also distribute their own solutions in a containerized way on top of OpenShift. So security of the platform is one of the key concerns here, because it's not only about securing some specific components. It's about holistic approach to secure all the platform, and this is really what we provide as part of OpenShift, starting from the operating system security level through all the platform level security features like identity access management, role-based access control, going up to the application level, so security at the project level, and security of the container images of the containers that you will run on the platform. So OpenShift is available on the market for a number of years already, over 4 years or even 5 years now, and we have recently announced that we have passed the landmark number of 1,000 active customers using OpenShift, and you can see here many examples from different verticals, and also a number of different use cases that that OpenShift can be or is used for, starting from really the modernization of existing applications through different initiatives around hybrid and multi-cloud, up to very specific use cases where customers are running some big data analytics, artificial intelligence or machine learning solutions, IoT solutions, or some specialized web and mobile applications. So to summarize the benefits of the platform, so it is not only about the infrastructure and the reduction of underlying virtualization cost. It is mostly about the speed of development and the efficiency of operations in your application landscape, as well as security, which is really extremely important and one of the key concerns in containerized application. So you can see here some numbers. Those numbers are coming from the report that has been created for us by IDC, where we have interviewed a number of customers, and they shared with us some their experience and their more quantitative benefits that they have achieved after OpenShift implementation. But we as a Red Hat, we don't only focus on the product. We also provide services that are focusing on successful implementation of OpenShift in your organization. So first of all, I would like to mention trainings and certification. So the easiest and free way to start experiencing OpenShift is our learning portal available at learn.openshift.com. This is where you can take online courses and try hands-on OpenShift in different scenarios, starting from some foundational trainings up to more specific and advanced topics. If you are interested in developing further your skills, you can you can take some of the trainings that are provided for OpenShift users. So we have 3 paths for 3 types of OpenShift users, so administrator, developer, and microservices developer. And in those paths we offer courses and the trainings, so the trainings and the exams that you can pass to prove your skills and to demonstrate your experience. So you can see here there's a number of trainings here that you can take. So in order to make it more consumable for you, we have introduced Red Hat Learning subscription. So with that subscription you can buy access to all the training portfolio for some specific amount of time, and you can take this training remotely, and depending on the type of subscription you can also add some exams to your subscription and pass also the exam as part of this subscription. There are number of reference architectures that we provide for OpenShift. Some of them are focusing on deployment on OpenShift and are more for operators of OpenShift. Some of them are for developers to really learn how to build and deploy and manage the life cycle of your applications running on top of OpenShift. And we also provide professional services offering. So if you are interested in implementing OpenShift in your organization, we have created for you a container adoption program where you can really based on your experience leverage some stages that will fit into your specific organization. So we typically start with discovery session where we discuss your needs, your requirements, your current experience, so that we can pick the right increments from our program to give you the best benefit out of the program. So just to summarize why this over 1,000 customer has chosen OpenShift already. So first of all, we provide you a trusted enterprise Kubernetes platform, so secured from operating system up to the containers level. We provide highly automated platform with cloud-like experience, so you can whenever it is possible, we provide automation and we focus on ease of use of the platform, just like in the public cloud platforms. We also make sure that the OpenShift provides you the best of breed developer technology. So we invest a lot in together with communities to develop further new functionalities for developers. So the new things like serverless, like Kubernetes native development environment called code-ready workspaces, or new CI/CD platform based on the Tecton project. And of course, we make sure that from the huge landscape of open source projects that are taking place, we select really best of breed technologies and projects, and we test them together and package them into OpenShift container platform. So I hope this presentation gave you some better understanding of the benefits that OpenShift can give to your organization. If you have any questions or comments, you can see here my email, so please reach out to me and ask any questions, and thank you very much for your attention.